Wow, that was the Flying Scotsman. Welcome to Partick Hill Station. Well, good afternoon and welcome back to Partick Hill Station. I'm Charlie. Not sure where everybody is or where you might find me, but if you can hear me, please drop me a note so that I know that everything is A-OK. So I decided to jump in here after a discussion this morning with Hot Dog Andy. So I apologize if I'm treading on another model railway channel. And as there is no schedule, I'm hoping that I've landed in a space where you can see me clearly and hear me. So there's a couple of things I'd like to discuss today while these trains are running. Like there's a class 25 and class 37 pulling a rake of oil tankers and grain carriers. So I just thought you'd like to see them today, and you may have seen them before, but I thought this was a good idea for today. Charleston Eastgate Model Railway. Good evening. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I'm great, thank you. And it's not snowing here. It's not raining. It's maybe about 5-7 degrees today. Well, what I've got running there is a Hornby class 25 pulling the rake of oil tankers, and a Lima class 37 pulling a rake of grain carriers on its way to the distillery. Timber, how are you? And Todd, good afternoon. You're not far away, Todd. Did you see my video on the Whitby show? I'm sure there was a couple of things there that you might have enjoyed seeing. So Charleston, where are you? Andy. So a funny thing happened on the way to the studio here today. I was getting set up and I can't get the laptop camera to come on. So you're going to have to wait until I turn the other camera around. I'm not really sure. Seems to be things happening with the cameras that I can't explain. But let's just see this one for a minute. There you go. So, as I said, a funny thing happened on the way to the studio today. I turned everything on, attached the cameras, went to set up the laptop camera so that I can chat with you. And it couldn't find the camera. And I couldn't get it to come on. So something's happened in the background. Not quite sure what is going on.
but we'll fly with it this way. There's my Yeti, and I hope you can hear me clearly. It's a good product. It's a bit on the large side. They're probably better for podcasts. But from what I understand, you get good. Oh, Pontefract, West Yorkshire, snow gone. Oh, well, that's good. Todd, I used to be a member of the Pine Ridge Railroaders. It was great to watch. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, there's always challenges when you're doing live broadcasts. And that was one reason why I decided to jump in here. After chatting with Andy this morning, a number of questions came up, and I thought, well, I can maybe get in there and participate in a discussion. And I think these questions originated with some points that I raised with Anthony Dodge on his broadcast the other night. And it's about new users, new channels, beginners. What do you do? What do I need? How do I do this? How do I do that? So that's going to be part of the discussion today. And it was a lively conversation with Anthony. And that's one thing I enjoy about Anthony's broadcast. He's right out there. He tells it like how it is, and he's engaging, and he's got strong opinions. And that's great because it generates dialogue and discourse, and that's what it's all about. Now, here's an interesting thing for you before I get into my diatribe for the day. On my screen right now, there are 5 people watching. And that's kind of normal. So I might see 5 people on the chat list, maybe 4, maybe 3. And at the end of the broadcast, I always go out and go into YouTube. And more often than not, there could be 50 or 60 viewers. Now, I think with Streamyard, there's a restriction to 10 guests. Now, the 10 guests may be online guests, so I'm not really sure if there's a restriction on the chat line. But I never seem to get an awful lot of participants in the chat line. So, not clear how that works. Anyway, you see my Tested t-shirt. Well, if you don't know what Tested is, it's a YouTube channel run by Adam Savage. Now, Adam Savage was a guy from Mythbusters. And when Mythbusters closed shop, he started, or he had begun to start his YouTube channel called Tested.com. And he does wonderful things on testing stuff and investigating and making. And a very talented individual. He was a prop maker, designer in the movies and TV for many years before he went out on his own. And him with his partner, Norm, who's another great guy, and somewhat different stuff. Together they've built this channel. and he's got thousands and thousands of followers, and he goes to Weta Studios down in New Zealand and goes to London for different events. And I've met him a couple of times, albeit he was in costume. So if you know about Comic-Con, you know what I mean. And I have to apologise about the hairdo, because my hairdresser barber is presently in Cuba, and I'd hoped to get in last weekend there, but he'd already gone, so I must wait until Wednesday to get the old Barnet looked after. So I'm just going to go on and get a look at the trains. And maybe Streamyard is a great way to start out. I recommend it to anybody. It's a little bit complicated if you don't know how it functions, and if you're apprehensive about using technology. Maybe the better way is just to jump straight into YouTube. So now, one thing that I should make clear: I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert in model railways. I'm not an expert in modelling. I'm not an expert in building scenery. I'm not an expert in building models. I'm not an expert in fixing locomotives. But I'm able to do a number of things. And in life, I found that the mantra, I know who the experts are, and I know who to contact for help, bodes well for anybody who wants to start into some kind of a hobby, is to know the people who know more than you. And there could be hundreds or thousands of them out there. Just a case of finding them and building a relationship with them. And one that comes to mind immediately is Double O Bill. I'm a big fan of Double O Bill and what he does on his channel. And he plays guitar better than I do. So you won't find me playing guitar at the end of my show. Yeah, there's lots of great people out there, and lots of great channels. Can always learn something from somebody, and I always believe in giving a little bit back. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Leeds United. Oh yeah, well, good luck. They're playing quite well. Yeah, I always liked Leeds ever since we beat them, Rangers that is, back in the Battle of Britain many years ago. And I'm sure they'll be back in the Premier League soon. Yeah, no problem. So I'm just going to start talking about things that I would do, I would recommend to some of the viewers out there who tune in but don't have a channel of their own, and they might be sitting back there thinking, I'd love to be able to do that. Yeah, I think it was around about that time, 1992, home and away, Ibrox and Ellen Road. Yeah, and that's when, like, Leeds had a good team at that time also. So, you know, for the individual who has small layout, let's say, and watches
like all of us do, hundreds of YouTube channels. And I pass a lot of time watching YouTube, and I'm always learning something. So to those individuals out there, having these thoughts of, okay, what do I do? How do I start? Well, here's one simple tip. If you have an iPhone, camera, laptop, whatever, computer, what you can do is you can film a short, which can be up to 3 minutes now. And all you have to do is film your trains going by or a particular area of it. And then just open up YouTube, and where you see the plus sign, you hit that and you say you want to make a short, and then just fill in the boxes. You know, hi, this is Ellen Road Station, whatever. And, you know, this is my Class 5 pulling a rake of BR Crimson and Cream, Crimson and Custard coaches. And then post it, and actually you've stepped into the Ethernet, and you've created something. And then, you know, once you do that and you open an account with Streamyard, and the basic system is, from what I recall, it's free. And then as you get into it, you can opt for additional services for a fee. So if you get into StreamYard, you know, you just create your channel, give it a name. It's easy to follow. And they'll ask you in letterbox style the title of what you're going to load up and a description. It's easy to follow. And then you post it. So you can make a recording, you can post it immediately, or you could go live. Now, going live's a whole different kettle of fish, but you know, I started out like most people did, using YouTube. And when you use YouTube, you know, I found a number of things over the years that I needed to do in order to gain some traction. And, you know, things like thumbnails. Well, what's a thumbnail, you might ask? Okay, so when you go into YouTube and you see all those nice little pictures with text on it, or maybe somebody's face, like Iron Horse Railways, he's always got his face in there, or his avatar. Now, that's his brand, as they would call it. So you would recognize him, Craig, as being Iron Horse Railways. That's how it works. So you would create a thumbnail. Now, the best way to do that is have a look at Canva. Canva's an app that helps you make thumbnails that you can post on YouTube as an advertisement for your upcoming video. And then once you get into YouTube itself, you know, things like tags. Well, what are tags? Tags are names of items, products that are related to what you're showing on your YouTube channel. Now, look, I know all you guys out there that are proficient in YouTube and StreamYard and Streamlabs and OBS. You all know this, and that's great. But there's many out there who don't know this, and that's why I'm reaching out, hopefully, to try and help some of those people. And, you know, the disclaimer is I am not an expert, but this is just me and how I would do things. Andrew, how are you doing? And what's happening where you are? Are you out today, or are you in the station in Willow Creek? I think it might be good evening. I can't remember, like 13, 14 hours ahead, whatever it might be. Good to see you. And Lee, I don't know if Liverpool were playing today. I'm not going to ask you for the result because I'm not sure if it's on later today, but good to see you. So for those that just joined, I'm just giving my insight into, you know, a newbie person like ourselves who sat there with a layout and wanted to put it onto YouTube or whatever and didn't know how. It's just a way of trying to help them along the road. And I would hope that anybody out there in our community that is interested in doing a YouTube channel would reach out to every one of you and say, look, can you help me? Can you answer this question? I'm stuck with this. Can you explain in layman terms what's going on here and what I have to do? Yes, the one. Well, thanks very much for that, Lee. I'll watch the highlights in that case. So, you know, we're talking about tags. So in my case, in the tags, I would say Partick Hill Station, I'd say model railways, model trains, British model railways, running trains, Hornby, Triang, Lima, mainline, etc. Anything related to what you've got on your layout. And, you know, an end screen is one of those cards that you see when you open up YouTube, a thumbnail. If you can make a thumbnail about what you're going to do next time or what you've done previously, but you don't need to do everything at once. Just get up and running, open it up. In fact, if you're not into being in front of a camera or speaking, all you need to do is turn the camera on, let your trains run, and see what happens. You know, lots of people, and I've had comments like that. Some guys would say, I just like to sit and watch the trains. So lots of people like to do that, or lots of people just like to tune in and listen to the chat while they are doing something else. Yeah, Lee, you can do voiceovers. That's another step. I've done some myself for different reasons. Get Streamyard on later and we'll just put that up. Yeah, so voiceovers work. If you're not sure what to say at the time, then all you need to do is do a recording. There's a little button there that says record. So you can record it. You're not live, you're not broadcasting. And then you can review it and then hit the button for the microphone and start describing what you see on the video you made. Now, it takes a little bit of practice, but you can stop and start whenever you want, or you can delete the voiceover and start again. There are all kinds of little tricks you can do. And yeah, that's a good one, Lee. Now, the title is very important. And, you know, it should be related to what you're doing. Is it your station name, like mine? You know, Partick Hill Station. I'm not really sure what you're seeing here because I think my camera around the station is going dead. Let's just check it out. It's another thing, you never know when something's going to go wrong, but there you go. So if I turn that round, might be on a delay, but you should be able to. No, you don't see me. That's strange. Anyway, and then the one important thing is, if you're going to do it, oh, there's Lee asking. Okay. So for the benefit of those who don't know Lee, in Lee's case, he might be modeling one night, as he often does, and he talks through it, but there are times when he's concentrating on modeling, and a lot of people have difficulty modeling and talking. Or, you know, sometimes when I'm doing sketches, art, I'm focusing more on that than I am on speaking. So what you can do is when you load it up onto YouTube, there's an option to add music, and you can select the genre of the music to suit the subject matter. So I think most people generally select something which is ambient. It's not rock and roll. It's sort of discrete music in the background at a low volume. And the key is when you're setting up the music, the audio, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the two bars for audio and video. And there's a couple little icons on the right-hand side of the audio line, and if a couple of dots on it, and if you click and open that, then you will be able to control the volume of the music so that the music doesn't overwhelm your voice. So that way you get this nice ambient music running constantly through your video. Now, you can actually set the time that you want the music to begin and end, or you can actually select if you want music running for the whole length of your broadcast, or when you look through the list of music which is available, you might get one that will run for an hour or 30 minutes or whatever will work for you. Okay, Lee, so you never use YouTube. Oh, that's okay. And you use creative. And so for the benefit of everybody out there, Lee, can you just describe why you choose to work with creative? That would be helpful. And so, like many people are on here today, they broadcast fairly regular. I try to broadcast once a week, but I often jump in and do some shorts in between, just to get that consistency, and so that people have choices. They can see what else is happening around the station, as opposed to doing another 1 hour video. And, you know, as I say, you can do a series of shorts, instead of doing a long format that would run for half an hour or an hour. Now, lighting is important also. If you look over here, you can see that shadow, and that's coming from that shelf. Now, I bought some LED lights that I will install there, and that will take care of that light. Or sorry, that will take care of that shadow. So there's Lee saying it's free and copyright free, and you won't get a copyright strike. Yeah, well, that's very good advice, Lee. Never ever load a popular song or piece of music into your YouTube channel, because you'll get a strike on copyright, which could end up banning you from YouTube. So you have to be ultra careful about that. And yeah, the microphone is important. So you can get different types of microphones. You can use a microphone that's built into your laptop, or you could add a little lavalier to your collar, and you get them for $10 on Amazon, and you get 6 or 8 feet of cable, so that you don't have to stand right up next to the laptop. You just be careful you don't walk too far and pull the plug on it. And you know, the whole idea of the whole idea of having a chat line is to allow your subscribers and viewers to participate in the discussion. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll post a link on the channel, so that if someone wants to come on and have a chat, they can do that. Yeah, see, there's Lee's got it down pat. He's practiced for quite some time, and having 4 cameras is good. You can cover a large percentage of your layout, and and so that you're continually showing trains running. And ask your audience questions about their layout. Like Willow Creek, maybe you'll be up to jumping in live and show us something. I'll post the link soon, and maybe you can do that and show us what you're up to. And if anybody else is interested, then you're welcome to join in. So now about viewers, you know, right now I've got 6 people in the chat. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, how many people do you see watching it, if you can tell? Or you're at work. That's okay then. We'll catch you another time. I forgot it's Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So yeah, no problem. So about viewers, by putting interesting stuff on your YouTube channel, eventually you will attract some attention. And, if you post it and any of the people that are currently on this channel or Lee's channel or Charleston's or anybody else on here, they'll see that you, the newbie, have a new video, and more than likely they'll go and investigate it. And that's what I tend to do. I scan through YouTube to see what's new and who is new, and I'll jump in, I'll have a look at it, I'll give them a big thumbs up, and then I'll leave a note. I always leave a note. I think it's only fair that if you're watching somebody's YouTube and they've spent time and put effort into it, is that you drop them a note in the comment and just say, that was great, thanks for sharing. Or if you have any questions about their layout or them, then ask the question and see what kind of response you get. And then that way you quickly build a relationship. So you'll always have people watching in the background, and that's okay because they're always viewers and we welcome viewers. You'll have participants like we've got today in the chat, and we've got subscribers. The subscribers are people that's kind of committed to watching you, that they're interested in what you're doing, and they're happy to follow you. And if they become a subscriber, then they'll always get a notice that you're online or you've got a new YouTube up. So there you go. I've just posted a link, and we'll see who comes up. Lee said he'd be happy to come in. So we'll see if he does. If we can. Yeah, Timber, I know you do. You're very positive that way, and I appreciate it. And I'm sure everyone else does. And that's what, in my opinion, that's what makes it a great hobby. There's tremendous support out there. And you should always subscribe to anything that you see that you think that you might like to follow through on. Yeah, so I've put in a little bit of an echo here, but we'll wait until somebody comes up, and it could be Lee. Lee's always good to jump in, and I wonder what he's doing, if he's modeling or running trains. And Lee's one of these guys that has got a far reach. He attracts a lot of our brothers in the North American Railroad community. and it's quite well known there. So what I try to do is I try to run something different every time I go live. Well, Timber, you know, you've got other talents. I know that. And, you know, it'd be great if you just jumped in with whatever you're doing at some time and share it with us. Because I love to see what other people are doing. And, you know, all the stuff that I do is just me doing things that I've read in a magazine, that I saw somebody do, I've experimented with, and I've done it my way. Oh, Charleston. Okay, so I served my apprenticeship in John Brown's shipyard as a draftsman. Later, the Conservative government under Edward Heath tried to close down all the shipyards on the River Clyde. And he was all but successful in that enterprise. John Brown's, as part of the Upper Clyde shipyards, was there's Lee coming in. Yeah, Lee, give me a second here while I finish up. So, yeah, we were purchased by Marathon Latourney of Houston, Texas, to build oil rigs. But the writing was on the wall for me, I think, and I decided to look elsewhere, and I took a job in Canada and in a place 2 hours north of Toronto, and I've been here ever since. So I hope that kind of explains. And now I'm going to get Lee on here.
Hey, yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Lee.
Yeah, I can't go. I've actually got. I'm going to be doing a recording video because I've completely ripped the hobby room apart. I've done a big revamp in the hobby room. I've moved everything around and redone my benches. But yeah, Streamyard is okay, but the way they're doing it now, they want too much for the paid version. I've come away from it because I found Restream a lot better for adding cameras. But that's just my opinion. But there is a lot of thumbnail. I would say thumbnail and titles are one thing with your videos. And another good one is clickbait's work to get the audience in. Use clickbait. They're interesting. Out and about videos I start doing, proper trains, like Charlie does, proper trains. I've got a lot of airbrushing going to be coming to the channel. Because if anyone knows, I have got an airbrush booth. I've got multiple cameras. I've got all sorts of ideas coming to the channel. There's going to be dioramas. I've got brilliant stuff coming to the channel. I nearly was going to go off YouTube. I just lost interest, but then I've got my mojo back, and actually I'm going to do a quick reveal here as well of paints I've just invested in. This isn't even out in the video yet. Yeah, I'm a railroad channel, and for anyone that's in here, railroad, but there's people out there that'll use these for the railroad. And it's Duncan Rhodes. He's a gamer. He's got paints out. He's got washers in them and everything. Go over and have a look at Duncan Rhodes, but there will be a video coming out with them. The Duncan Rhodes paints. He's got washers. He's got metallics coming out. They've got all sorts of the Duncan Rhodes stuff coming out, and I've just invested in it. Bought myself it's not cheap, but it's enjoyable to use it because I airbrush. I have got an airbrush booth with a camera on it. I've got cameras I can put around. I record as well on this 4K in this HD 1080 camera. That's what I record on as well. And that's, if you put your stuff out there decent as well, that's another way of getting your content good as well.
Do you have to water, Lee? Do you have to water down those paints?
You can water them down, and that's what I was about to say. Anyone out there for airbrushing, I will be making your own airbrush thinners videos coming to the channel. Because
that's good.
Because the hobby's not cheap, and airbrush thinners is not cheap. Proper airbrush thinners is not cheap, but it's easy to make it. It's easy to make. Believe it or not, it's out. You can make it with that. That's not a 40k camera, Timber. It's not a 40k. It looks it, but it's only a 1080 camera.
Lee, if you look at Boomer Diorama,
I've just been
shows you.
Have you seen his last video?
Which one?
The one where he made that crackling on the yard.
Made the what?
Let me see if I can get it. He used it around like he had cracks in the paint on the area. Can't think of it. I ain't got the other computer fired up. I've usually got a second monitor.
Yeah.
But because I'm not.
Oh, that's okay. But what I was going to say.
I'm going to show if this will let me. I'm just moving. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. As you can see, there's my setup. Over there, what you can see the space over there, that's going the new bench. That is exclusive. That's going to be
well, that is elaborate and not for the newbie, but it's something to aspire to.
Yeah. You can iPhone. God, it's somewhere here, pardon my language. I used to film off an iPhone. I film off that now, and another camera I haven't used yet. I haven't even done a video on it yet. This is an exclusive. It's actually a camera you'd have if you were for secure for out. It's a body cam, but it's
really?
Yeah, I've not done any. This is exclusive. This one I ain't done anything on it yet. But it's ideal for catching real trains, doing little vlogging, everything. It's ideal for that, and this is an actual Temu buy. I'm not sponsored by Temu. I am, and everything. But yeah, CapCut is a good photo and editor, and Canva, as Charlie said, Canva is my best friend. You can create your logos in it. My logo was created in Canva. It's on my About page. You can do a lot in Canva. There's a lot you can.
Yeah, Timber, I do the same thing. I've got a couple of Logitech cameras, plus I've got my iPhone. Yeah. And the quality is terrific.
Yeah, the quality is terrific with Streamyard, but I've gone to Restream, and Restream on the free version, not against Streamyard, I used it for years, but the Restream, you can add two cameras on you can add two cameras of yourself, so I can have my face on and my bench. Yeah, you can with StreamYard, where I can add more to it if you pay for it, and it's cheaper as well than StreamYard. Thank you for letting me up, Charlie.
Hey, you're more than welcome. And that's what I'm saying. It's not about me. It's about the community.
Oh, yeah.
Who's willing to participate.
That's what I've got on the bench at the moment.
And is that a Metcalf kit or what?
Yes. Yes. I will. I'm not giving an exclusive, but anyone knows here in the UK, Railway Modeler, this is what video I've got coming out tonight. Railway Modeler video. I've got the review of Railway Modeler magazine, and there's a free kit in it. That video is coming out once I come off this show. I've got a Railway Modeler, and all I'll say is it's got an exclusive kit with it from Metcalf to build.
Yeah, well, that's great. And I did that flat thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done a few different ones.
Yeah.
And that's a great place to start for the new beginner on modeling.
Yeah. The Metcalf kits are a godsend. I'm not going to give too much away because it's going to be my new reveal. But I have got something from Metcalf coming that I won't. I'm not giving away what it is, but I have got a new build coming from Metcalf.
Leopard's Tail is talking about an industrial inspection camera. Now, as an example, I think 00 Bill uses one.
Yes, he does.
So, yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah. Well, that one I just showed you, that can be used as a webcam as well.
Yeah.
It can plug
and
in.
how much did that cost you in the UK?
That was off Temu, and it was about 16 quid.
Wow.
Off Temu. I swear by Temu for model railway stuff.
Yeah, I know. The only problem is they don't have 00. Anyway, give me a second. I have to grab something. Just hang on.
I've had no issues. My street lamps that are on my layout, they're actually from Temu, and they don't look the wrong scale. I build my own LEDs. I will be doing videos on them as well. I buy the little LED lights. I'll grab them. Use a little bench. There we go. I'll go and get my drawer. I may change cameras actually.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm just going to switch a camera over here for a second while I show you something.
There's the pure white LEDs you build yourself. Go on. Oh, you don't want to do that.
Okay. So this is a boomer diorama tree.
That I must admit, I'll highly say the boomer trees are good. The boomer trees are good. If anyone knows me, I think you've seen my video of them, Charlie. Have you seen the video I do of the hedges?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not coming out. I've got a video of I will do the hedges, a full how-to coming out. But the video I've got coming out today is my model railway one. But the hedge one.
Yeah, that's great. So for the those that don't know Boomer, he used to be a prop designer in the movies and TV. So what this is, it basically it's a skewer for a barbecue, and then the wiring is 24 or 26 gauge that you pick up from your local craft store, and then you wind it around and make those loops, and it's pretty challenging to begin with.
Is that what the wire's like, Charlie?
It's green.
Yeah, I've got forest wire in my hand.
Yeah. So you wind it around, and as you go up the trunk, you do these loops.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it is challenging.
Yeah, it is. Making your own trees is challenging. I've done it. I bought the armatures and made them. I've got no space because this bench I'm on, this is not the dirty bench where to do. I've got my other bench going in next couple of days. They are brilliant trees. They are. I like the flats at the back.
Yeah, I'm going to do a series of them to show depth in the background, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the one from Modo.
I've got a set of flats that are the same as that, but mine are lit up. They're on my channel. If anyone wants to go and have a look, I have got my buildings do light up. I do light my Metcalf buildings up. They look brilliant. Any lighting in them at all, Charlie?
No, I've got lights in the tenement building. But
have you ever?
I don't have them on yet.
Yeah, have you ever thought of buying the little LED white lights and building them yourself?
Yeah, I do have LED lights down in a box here somewhere.
I've got them here, and I build them myself. Another one I've got is the red ones as well, because I'm working on a project at the moment that is a campfire with a red bull. So that will be coming to the channel as well. So yeah, I've got
good stuff.
I've got some awesome ways to take my channel forward. It just takes time, and it's not
absolutely.
It's not just that time. I do it for enjoyment. I like making the videos to show people out there to show what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we do. We show what we do.
Well, I just celebrated 14 years on YouTube.
Nice. I don't know how old I am on YouTube. Let me go and have a look. I'm just going to have a look how long I've been on YouTube. And the
first video I did was a review of a convertible that we rented when we were in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I did 3 or 4 separate videos. I had no idea how to edit. I just thought you would film and post them, and that's what I did.
Hello, Leighton Trey. Another thing as well, for people don't think, use your community tab as well to say what videos you're bringing out as well. That works.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Charleston.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, Charlton. I will go over and have a look at your channel. I am subbed to you, I think, Charlton.
Yeah, and if you haven't subbed to anybody on here, please do.
One thing I will say, though, on that note, if you subscribe, it may only be a myth, but I found if you sub to someone on that live stream, YouTube seems to remove you.
YouTube seemed to what?
When if you've just subbed to him, the next day you go to see if you've just subbed to him, and YouTube have removed you. They think you're doing sub for sub.
Well, I know in the past the YouTube would review certain channels, and if they found that they were not visiting the subs that they had received, they would take them off.
Yeah. I'm in the direction going to me. I am going to me 9. I am actually going to me 1K. Me 9K. I'm close to me 10K. I am close to it.
So how many hours do you have?
I've got the hours. I'm not taking monetization. Even if I've done it, I'm not taking it. I don't want monetization. I don't want it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain, I would imagine,
I don't want
because it means that you're
I
committed.
don't want to hit the. I want to hit. If I can hit it, I'll do a giveaway. I have got merch coming to the channel. I have got in January. I've got mouse mats and stickers coming to the channel and beanies. I've got stuff coming to the channel to take the channel forward for enjoyment for people. I recently did receive something, believe it or not, from Canada.
Yeah, I've done a couple. I've done a couple of giveaways. I think I did one when I hit 400 or 500.
I've never done any giveaways.
And it's interesting. Some of the things I sent out went to the UK, places in the US, and over to Europe.
Yeah.
So
you're Canadian. Are you Canadian?
No, it didn't cost a lot of money to do that.
Patrick, are you Canadian based?
Was that Lee?
Are you Canadian based? Are you or whereabouts are you? Are you States or Canadian?
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Yeah, no, I actually recently done a mail call of a coin I won on a giveaway from Canada. I'll move camera. Sorry if I'm going to make you dizzy. There we go. A coin from Canada that I received.
A coin?
Yeah. Nick is his channel. I won it on his giveaway.
Oh.
Nick Molling, Canadian based.
Excellent.
And that's one of his you'll like this actually, if I can show it. That's one of his pictures he takes.
What is it?
It's like a church scene in the dark, a street. This camera's not. This is my face cam. It's not really doing justice. But yeah, and plus that's plugged in. It's not on a long one because it's my face cam. I have got another desk one I can use for my sticker board. But it means changing between cams. That's what I like with Streamyard as well. You can change between cameras, and that's what the new software I've tested with is the same.
Yeah, they all have something different.
Yeah, they do. They all have it. I love Streamyard. I've still got my Streamyard account, but I'd never go back to paying for it because how much you want now for a single streamer is ridiculous. But I won't go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, do you know the full story? Who's bought them? Patrick, Bending Spoons have bought them.
All I know is they sold out to this larger company.
Yeah, and I'll tell you.
And then they started manipulating it.
Oh yeah, I can say. I'm not afraid to say who they bought out, if you don't mind. Bending Spoons. Okay. Yeah, Bending Spoons are the new buyers, but yeah, they're putting everything up on it. It's. I think give it time, and I think they'll do away with the free version on it. Just
I haven't looked at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just jumped in and use it, but I haven't looked at what the costs are these days.
Yeah, the costs, I've looked at it, and I won't go back to it. I was on the paid version. It's just my opinion. People to their own. I'm not going to go onto someone else's life. But you think to yourself, there's other platforms out there you can use to do to stream and have guests up like Charlie does, and I'm thankful Charlie's let me come up to share the hobby with him and share it out with the community from all over.
Well, that's what it's all about, Lee.
It is.
I've known you for a long time now.
Yeah, I know you have, and I tell you now, Boomer I highly recommend anyone go over and have a look at Boomer. I wish I can't put link in, otherwise I'm put. One thing, Charlie, after this live goes back live, put Boomer's link in the bottom of the description.
Yeah, I'll need to try and find it here.
You can put it in, because Boomer, yeah, he's a big channel.
Yeah, just wait a minute.
Yeah, Boomer is a brilliant channel to go over and have a look at. I sit there and I'll go back to his old videos and watch, because if you're at the bench, anyone that's at the bench usually sets up or watch YouTube and watch what they're doing, and that's what you do. I actually have multiple cameras and multiple devices to watch on. I've got my laptop that's got another monitor on it. I've got my big main PC that I stream on my laptop. But people can stream off just a laptop. But I just invested in the other computer. So
yeah, well, look at Hot Dog Andy.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Hot Dog Andy. I would say I started off on a laptop and went to a big computer. And yeah, it uses a lot more electric. And one thing I will say as well with your filming, it's the lighting. It's all about the lighting as well. If you've got dark and dingy, I know it through my loft layout. My loft was dark and dingy. And you need to improve the lighting. I've improved the lighting on the loft, and I will be getting back. That's why I know Patrick from. He knows me through when I used to stream from the loft. I will be.
Lee.
Yeah,
Lee. You know me that well. You still call me Patrick.
Yeah. So I've had a long day. Sorry.
No problem. It's amazing. I go into all these different channels, and in the chat line, people will say, "Oh, hi, Patrick," and I will say, "I'm not Patrick."
Yeah, you're just Patrick Hill Station.
Yeah, but they'll say then, "Who's Patrick?"
Yeah. Leopard tail on that one, the USB powered LED lights. You've got light strips that run by LED. They are good. The ones you cut and solder, they're brilliant for a spray booth. Those LED ones.
Yeah, I've got somewhere. Right. Let me just turn this around. Yeah, there's a strip lighting.
Yeah, are they the ones you can cut?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I like daisy chaining them. I've got the LEDs.
Yeah.
I daisy chain the LEDs, but they don't come with diodes. You have to buy the diodes separate. But I love sitting on the bench, the other side. But no, I may as well say it now. My bench has been shortened in this hobby room. The bench for building on. It was too close to the window.
So, Timber, can you come on? I'm just wondering if Timber will come on.
Well, I know Timber. I am friends with Timber on Facebook. Timber Surf. He does some awesome content.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll come on.
Oh, tea is about to be served, so he's not going to come on.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, but no, your community tab works wonders. Another thing I will say to try, if you're starting, for example, like that's what it was about. You could do voiceovers. using your laptop mic is okay, but it can be bassy. I found that out when I used to stream. A laptop mic, because it's built into it, can be basic and it doesn't pick up all the sounds. That you've got, what's that mic you've got?
What's that?
What's the mic you've got on the boom stand there?
It's a Blue Yeti.
I thought it was. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if it'll reach the camera. There's my mic. I can well. That's a USB mic that I've got. I love.
So talking about names, Timber just told me, yeah, you can call me Tim.
Yeah,
and Willow Creek said, yeah, you can call me Brad.
I know Willow Creek is Brad's his real name.
Yeah,
but we still do it.
Yeah,
we still do it by. It's like I go into Jenny Kirk's. I get called Anfield Road, but Jenny Kirk's can be very clicky. Can sometimes, but she knows what she's doing. She's an awesome training person. People, that's what it's about, sharing the community. She shows people's channels, videos, and that's what you can start doing. I will be coming back live, but it's going to be another couple of weeks yet before I'm back live. But I'm not sure when. If you are subscribed to me, you don't have to be. I'm not bothered. You can subscribe or not. You can turn me on or turn me off. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, I will be back live, but I'm not going to have a regular day. It's just be put up on my community tab. I'm going to go live. YouTube.
Timber, enjoy your tea.
Enjoy your tea, Timber. But yeah, YouTube's a big platform. There's a lot of people out there that stream all different times. You got Sidetrack, Trackside Mike. You've got them all. They're all do some awesome live streams. Wacky Wednesday that Artie started. Now Anthony's filling in for him. You got Anthony Dodge with his model train outsider. I must admit, he was the nicest people to me when I met Anthony and Joyce when they come to the UK.
Yeah, good.
I felt smaller than him though, because he walked over to where we met him in Liverpool, and he's tall, and I'm only, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera. I'm only about 5'4". I'm only short.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he is. And I tell you now, I had the pleasure of meeting him. Yeah, he is, Timber. Yeah, he's a big guy.
He said he had a great time.
Yeah. I would have loved to have gone to Gets. It's just, I don't drive. And it's for me to travel on trains that far and then everything like that, it worked out expensive. It's bad enough where I am. I'm in a 4-bedroomed house, and it's just me and my girlfriend. But one of the rooms is just my hobby room, and I've got this layout that is Alan Melwood layout was a layout that was going to go to the tip, and I saved it from going to the tip, and I put it in the hobby room. It extended into a big layout room with me more benches in. But where I started was the loft layout, and I've still got the 26-foot layout. That is in rewire at the moment, and I am planning one line going DCC.
Yeah, well, that's interesting you say that, because years ago, I bought a Hornby Select controller,
Yeah.
DCC, and I bought it from Hatton's, and at the same time, I bought one decoder, so I got a good deal on it.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's
just never
what
got around to. I never got around to doing it. Plus, I didn't have the adapter, so now I've located an adapter from a dealer in New Jersey for a good price. I'm going to get it, and I'll dedicate one line here. Now, for the decoders, I got them from guys in the States.
Yeah.
And I found them through Scott Rails.
Yes.
Dave gave me the website for them, and they were £20 each. Sorry, $20 US.
Yeah.
And I bought 4, and it was $20 to ship them up here to Toronto.
Yeah.
And then I get hit with $25 duty.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's the problem.
These things.
Did you? No, we've got the same problem. Because now we're not in the EU. Sometimes we can get stuffed on taxes. It's crazy now because we're not in the EU. Yeah,
just going to put this on
because the controllers that I'm actually on in the loft. Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah.
See, that's him there.
TCS. That's not bad. That looks a bit like, yeah.
Anyway,
problem I've got. I bet you're the same though, Charlie. I bet you're the same. You run old locos, and some old locos have got to be hardwired to go DCC, and the hard work.
Yeah.
I'm just
saying. They all would.
Let me get one loco for example. Where is it? Come on, where's my Jonesy? Is it more down here? I've had a sort out. Yeah. Wait, this is one you're gonna like, Charlie. Wait till you see this one. I don't know whether to see if I can go different camera. I may go me different camera. What is that?
Oh yeah. It's an old triangle.
Yeah, it's an old triangle. It needs brushes.
XO3.
Yeah. It don't run. I'm actually going to be sending it to. I'm actually going to email him, and I'm sending it to him. He's going to end up on his channel as a repair job. If anyone knows Dan from Trash. Is it? I can't think offhand. I ain't got the other computer on to even go and Google it. Oh. Dan's
yes. Split chassis are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I must admit. But bear with me, I'm going to have a look on that. I have got something that will be featuring
timber. So hang on a second here.
I've got another train I'm going to show you as well.
So hang on a second, Lee.
It's okay. I'm still go on shoot him what you got.
So I'm just responding to Timber's question. When are you coming over? Well, maybe next year. This is what's happening. My wife is hooking up with some family in Scotland, and they're taking a trip to Italy. Now that's in May, June. So I'm not sure if there are any shows on at that time. And if there are, I might make arrangements to.
We'll find. We may. We'll
jump
find
in the car
maybe on.
and and drive down into England and see if I can hook up with some of you guys. I mean, that's
I'd love to meet you. I've known you for that long. I'd love to meet you. Say when I met Anthony, it was just a godsend when I first met Anthony and Joyce. Meeting Anthony.
Well, actually, in their case, they flew for a weekend.
Yeah.
So I think they got to Detroit and then flew from Detroit to Birmingham or wherever
Yeah,
they did.
They did.
So that was so that was quite a turnaround for them. You know, I'm of the opinion if you're going to the UK, you got to go for at least a week, maybe 2.
Yeah. Look at what Anthony does.
So I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but that's what the possible plans will be.
The best way if you come over was you've got York Museum. It'd be like what Anthony done where he went York Museum and done he met up with Chris Hales, no longer here. Another good channel. Chris Hales. Timber will know him.
Yeah.
Hales Railway. He'd live stream. He's no longer here. But he was a brilliant live streamer. And so it's another one that was an awesome live streamer that's no longer here is Bernie. Crossways. Crossing Point. He was another good live streamer.
Who's that?
Bernie.
Oh, Bernie, yeah.
He was another awesome loss that we lost to the community. I couldn't believe it when it came out about him. He had an awesome layout.
Yeah.
Look at what happened recently in the States. Who was it stateside that we lost in the States recently? I can't think of it. He was known, wasn't he?
Timber, I remember he'd been over previously. Hey guys, look, I've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. And, you know, there are many other hobbyists out there. So I'm just hang on a second here. So as I say, there are many hobbyists out there with a small, medium, large channel.
Yeah.
And they deserve their time in the spotlight. So,
we don't be hogging that for spotlight.
Yeah. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to join in. I really appreciate it. And keep up the good work, everybody. Yeah. And let's see you on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
And we'll catch you later.
Yeah, I'll have a video out later.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Wow, that was the Flying Scotsman. Welcome to Partick Hill Station.